Close your eyes and just stay tight. We have to go. Stay with me while we leave. Don't worry, just believe me. This journey will relieve us. Stay with me while we leave. Stay with me. It wouldn't be right to say anyways. From the place where we live with salt and blaze.
All right, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this afternoon's live stream. We are presenting the Lip Series here at Best Bet Jacksonville, the ladies Florida Poker. So again, this is going to be a cash game, ladies only game, playing 2-5 no limit hold'em deep with a $200 minimum buy-in and $1,500 max. I want to thank you all for joining us here on on Facebook and Twitch and on YouTube. And here we go. First hand of the evening. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us at our Best Bet live stream. All right, we got Tanya G with King Tray of Clubs into the muck. We got Bernadette in the 4C with 6-4 hearts buying in for 1,000. We got Chris Reed in the 5C in the muck. She bought in for 1,000. Got Mary waking up with Ace Queen offsuit in the cutoff, and she bought it for 500. She's gonna raise it to $20. Deb is gonna make. Oh, sorry. Deb had folded. Lisa's gonna fold, and Ann is gonna go ahead and look her up in the 7C. She also bought it for 500. Here is our flop. Flop 7, 6 ace with 2 diamonds. Good flop for aces there, but a check from Mary, and Ann's gonna try to bet it out. And check raise from Mary.
So you got girlfriends out there too.
So a bet of 30 and check raise from Mary too. Looks like $85.
I wonder if Deb's here.
And it's like a call from Ann, which I don't hate at all. She can pick up some straight outs.
Oh, Tanya. Okay, the other Tanya.
Deuce of diamonds on the turn, and a bet from Mary. And I don't think Ann is going to be able to continue on with just a pair of fives. Now, if she was able to hit a 4 to be open-netted, might be a different story, but with diamonds there as well, there's very little that she can do with their effective stack only being now $320. All right, guys, here are your players this evening. Current stack sizes, we got Deb buying for $1,500 in the max. She is in the 1 seat. We got Bernadette buying for 1,000. Chris bought in for 1,000. Mary bought in for 500, picked up a little bit of a pot. Tanya in for 5, Lisa in for 5, and Ann, who just lost the pot on the first hand, is down to $320. All right, guys, with our Lips series in town, I'm going to go ahead and drop some links in here for you all. This is their lineup for the next few days.
That was a nicer, well,
We are going to start off with a $65 buy-in, $20 rebuy satellite into a package for the Lips event. Now, again, it's a $65 buy-in with $20 rebuys will get you a seat into the $125 buy-in Lips warm-up event, and as well as the $250 buy-in Lips Florida State Championship, and that will be on Saturday. There will be a seminar brunch with questions and answers from our hosts Linda Johnson and Jan Fisher. This will be complimentary, so if you want to come in at 11 a.m. tomorrow, we will have beverages and some food for you all, and you can listen in on the poker strategies from First Lady of Poker, Linda Johnson, and also Jan Fisher. But back to the action now. Looks like a race to 15. Action on Mary 7-6 offsuit. We're going three-handed to this flop. All right, it's like a check from both players. Lisa gonna go ahead and c-bet with ace-8 with $30. They have a queen 9-10 flop. I do like Lisa's hand. Mary's gonna make the call. 7 of spades on the turn. Mary does pair her 7, however, that 8 could get dangerous. All right, looks like Lisa's gonna fold and Mary's gonna take down that pot.
it's a hard spot to reach. Oh, we have strawberries.
So again, guys, we will be streaming this 2-5 game for about 4 hours. At around 7 o'clock, we are going to continue streaming for the evening, and we will have a 2040 Limit Omaha 8 or better game. That will start at 7 o'clock. And please excuse, we're going to make some adjustments to our settings here. Our flop can did get a little screwy. So again, guys, you are watching Best Bet Live. We are playing 2-5 no hold'em deep. This is the Lips cash game. Buy-in for this game was $200 to $1,500. We are gearing towards our Lips series, which starts this weekend. We will have the seminar at 11 a.m. from Linda Johnson and Jan Fisher. That seminar will start at 11 a.m. tomorrow with a complimentary brunch. It will be food and beverages provided for you all. We do have a satellite to get into the warm-up and the Florida State Championship. That will begin at 1 o'clock. That will be in the form of a $65 buy-in, $20 rebuys, and you'll get a seat into a $125 buy-in Lips warm-up event that will start at 4 o'clock. And then you can have the championship entry, which will begin on Saturday, and that buy-in will be $250.
Oh, yeah, do you get massage? Oh, nice. Yeah, she does. Remember, and I am looking for
All right, looks
that
like we are
Lexus
back
for
in action, guys.
you. Johnny, do you hear
Thanks
that?
for bearing with
I am
us.
looking for that Lexus for you. I've got a couple people put feelers out.
So again, everybody, if there's any questions at all that you have about our series, our upcoming events as well, we are gearing towards our World Poker Tour series that will start next week with a $100,000 guaranteed prize pool. Event number 1 of the World Poker Tour, $360 buy-in, $20K starting stacks, playing 30-minute blind levels on day 1 and 40-minute blind levels on day 2. That's why, Eric, I'm usually always at 2 places at once, if not 3 or 4.
He's got a lot.
So
He's got them, but
it's nice to multitask as much as I can. All right, now we are back in action. We have a raise to $15 from Ann in the 7th seat with King Queen. Deb made a 3-bet with Jack 9 of hearts to $35. And looks like we're going heads up. Action back on and effective stack 305. Definitely should look her up with this hand. King Queen is a very good hand to play heads up. All right, here's our flop. Flop Queen 8-6 Rainbow. And we'll flop top pair with a very good kicker. However, Deb did flop a gut shot, also a backdoor heart draw. And Deb's going to go in a bet 50, and it's going to make the call. Turn card tray of hearts, and there you go. There's that backdoor heart draw. She does also pair her 9, so she does get a lot more outs here. 7 of diamonds on the river. However, Anne's queens are still going to be good. Anne's going to lead out with a bet of $100. And there's no real moves here. I don't think Deb can make a move to get Anne to fold, so she is probably going to muck. I don't think she can call off here with the second pair. And there it goes into the muck. All right, Anne making a little bit of recovery now. She started out the day with $500. Now she's back up to $412.
A couple of us came from work. Well, for not just this.
Thank you.
For the ladies. For the ladies.
We're going to have champagne out here shortly for you all.
And look at that. We're going to break out the champagne and chocolate-covered strawberries for the ladies' night. Always going to give a special show out to these ladies coming out here in droves for our Lip series this weekend. But back to the action. We got Chris with King Jack. Gonna make a raise to 15. And it's like she's gonna take down the spot.
I feel very conservative.
Can't get past the free floss.
We're working on it.
We're just 50 on the flop.
Okay.
First your money, then your cards. Hey, yeah. I call.
Pedal players, high hand has been reset. You're looking for momentarily. Dealers, please announce on your high hands.
All right, back to the action now. We have action on Anne, who's going to raise to $15 with King Jack. Chris is going to make the call with King 7 of clubs. Mary right behind there with the ace tray of diamonds. Three-handed to this flop now. Here's our flop, 8 tray Jack, a rainbow. We have Anne with a top pair, pretty decent kicker. And so I'm going to lead out with a bet of 30, and Mary's going to make the call with a pair of trays, looking to beak an ace. Queen of hearts on the turn, no help for Mary. Eric, we will not be giving out a RFG STL seat today, but we will have updates for you all on our giveaways for those. Now, we gave one away yesterday from a call-in from the radio show, and Lisa Buck in the 2 seat actually won that seat on our very first call-in. We will have updates for our giveaways through our streams. If you want to take a look at our live stream schedule for the month of October, I'll go ahead and drop those links here. Again, if you want to play in any one of our live stream cash games, hit me up at my email at johnnyp@bestbetjackson.com. Now, there are 5 seats left to give away for the RFGA STL satellite. And we will do updates on those as far as when we will give those away. We don't have that for you at the moment, but should have it to you relatively shortly within the week. All right, guys, here dropping in is our live stream schedule for the month of October.
Players, new high hand is quad times with a 6.
All right, back in action. Bernadette with Queen Jack, a very playable hand. I see a limp here. She's UTG +1. She is going to make the call. If you don't want to put a raise in there with Queen Jack if you're not in position, so nice call there. We have Lisa with Ace Trade Diamonds making the call, and Devin there with King 4 Clubs. Now, the reason why you don't want to make a raise with with Queen Jack from Bernadette is that usually it's hard to really make a hand with Queen Jack unless you get some straight outs, which she has done there. But you're very likely to be exploited, especially with somebody playing aggressive on the button, and you can't really call any 3 bets in that spot unless you're suited maybe. But playing slow here, just a $5 bet on the turn. I'm sorry, on the river. Deuce of clubs now. Now I'm sorry, 7 clubs? Sorry. It's like Lisa with a pair of aces is going to take down this pot. But I thought I saw a deuce there. I don't think that read correctly.
Well, we're at the. That was before we started.
All I see on the screen is everybody on the phone.
Not me, because I lost mine
Uh-oh.
on the way here.
Oh, no. How'd you lose your phone?
Surely it's in the car. That's why I don't even get excited. There's a breaker on the
Hello, Miss Tanya.
Okay, I tried. There are literally only
so
like 3
long.
ladies playing, and that's so sad.
Oh, no.
Pathetic, actually. In the whole room.
Did you try to get one of those?
I did.
Stevie. Tanya, is it T-1?
I'm getting champagne.
All right, it's like we're 3 ways to this flop. Flop now 7, 10, deuce. Set of deuces for Anne. And she's going to go and lead out with a bet of $30. And Deb's going to fold, and Lisa's going to fold it. I'm sorry. Deb did make the call.
Go in there and tag it, post it, show your family, your friends, everything like that is available to put on there. Okay, thank you. What's the turn?
Turn card 10 of diamonds. Now deuces full of 10s. Deb is now drawing dead, but Deb is going to lead out with a bet of $50 and just a smooth call from Anne. King of spades on the river now. All right, and now with a bet of $100, and doubtful if she is going to get a call. All right, guys, here's some stats for you all. This is after hand number 9. Current stat counts.
He said, go on.
Here's your VPIP voluntary put in pot.
He's almost 28.
Tanya has yet to play a hand.
My middle child. My daughter's 31.
Looks like Lisa's being aggressive and the most aggressive overall. Went to showdown. Current win losses. Now we have Ann and a small win, now $160, and Deb is stuck $222.
I'll put you on that king, but maybe a pair.
Didn't mean to show those.
I was like, I'm saying, like, you should check me in a heartbeat.
Check if those were kings.
Exactly. I was like, well, I don't even have a pair in home. Find out. I had 2 overs to 7.
It would be nice if we did the high
It would be nice to add a pot.
The bad beat would be really nice.
Bad beat's not as much.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, we're playing, no. This is a cash game. No, we have
It's a cash game,
They're
not the tournament.
incorrect. This is a
Tournaments,
cash
no.
game, so.
Like that 4-8 game, the Omaha game later? No, because it's a mixed game.
Yeah, but, hold on,
Well, I
no,
think
no.
the 40-80 game for
No,
the
we definitely
23
do.
game's gonna be cash game.
We're
I know, but it's a
eligible.
mixed game,
It's a
so
mixed game.
But mixed games
I
don't
see.
count.
yeah, there won't be a jackpot.
Maybe they were thinking it was a
Gotcha.
mixed game. Yeah, they tell us that every time.
All right, looks like we have a huge hand brewing here. We have Bernadette with pocket jacks. We got Mary Queen 8, and we got Tanya making a raise to $15 with pocket kings. And Bernadette is going to raise it up to $60 now. Here's our flop, 6, ace, queen. Now Tanya does have the better spade, but the ace is out there, so she might want to play this slower, but doesn't look like she's going to. She's going to go ahead and lead out a bet with $75. Now Bernadette is going to get locked into those jacks. Not very many outs that Bernadette can hit here to get ahead. Tray of clubs on the turn. 5 hearts on the river. Let's check on the turn. Tanya now, pocket kings are still good. I think this might get checked through, but Tanya's going to go ahead and take a stab at it. She can only win this pot if she bets, but she's going to make a call. And Tanya is going to make a profit of $220.
Three spades out there.
Yeah. I did have a king.
We had the blocker, yeah. Nice hand.
Ladies look great on the screen. Hey, I'm your cheerleader.
Linda.
Look at us, we're all patched up and
Say, I can see y'all's faces, not in a phone.
That's so fun.
Well, I'm sure when it first cut on.
Yeah.
That's what we were
Exactly,
saying.
that's what I told her.
Pass it around to the, for our family.
Actually, go home.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They're just sitting there. Well,
I think she might be there.
He does back in that room.
yeah, but they should
Seven
get
call.
those two to come and
I
take.
think
that's what she's
It would be fun. Jan, is Linda going to commentate now? Is she going to commentate?
Two call.
You should go back there with them.
Is Linda going to commentate right now?
No, we're just seeing the feed.
Oh, because they let other people commentate.
Yeah.
Wow, you're
If you really want to know the answer, if you wanted to.
Y'all
Yes,
should.
yes.
That's why he's sitting over here. The answer was no.
Linda.
Oh, why not?
Five raised.
And actually asked her, I think because she wants to kick back and watch me have fun.
Yeah, I got you.
Y'all could team
All the
up, though.
stress of commentating.
Y'all could team up, that would be cool.
It'd be so comical. Like, I could just
It
be,
would be funny.
They all
Don't
want
you
you to
work?
work.
Anybody call?
No, nobody calls.
Anybody call?
Everybody calls.
No, nobody believes it.
We had a hard time with that.
All right, sorry guys, I am back in the booth. We are back in action, four-way action to this turn. We got Chris with ace queen top pair, making a bet of $58. And looks like this will get through. No real draws for anybody else. Pot goes to Chris.
With my big old car.
your bigger car, you'd be like 260. I was in the blind.
Out of position.
I was in the blind. It was only 2
Yeah. Typically, I want
You and
that.
Jan should go team up. That would be
So
cool.
I told her after they kind of didn't take no plan, I said, well, here's the deal. They asked me if she wanted to come and date. She said no. There at the bottom of it.
Yeah, he does agree. Oh, no, Johnny's doing it. Oh, it's just sometimes they have a couple, like Johnny.
Well, and Eddie's really good.
Eddie's
very good at skiing. He's
Eddie's
excellent.
very good. For sure.
He
He's
has a good
very good.
understanding of the game.
Yes,
He does.
he's really good commentator. I enjoy listening. I've listened.
I
to
didn't
him.
know there was somebody.
There is.
That's
He's
why
back there.
We should definitely get Eddie back in the commentating booth here for our series. So definitely look forward into a lot more commentary from our great Eddie Marskoski. We do have the War Poker Tour coming up here very soon.
No. I mean,
not censored.
sometimes you can't hear a whole lot, but a lot of times, sometimes you can.
Especially usually here when we start music.
Exactly. If he's not talking. Yeah, I think everybody heard hot flashes last time.
Yeah. And we got to begin.
Yeah, and I'm waiting today. So far, so good. So far, so good.
No, it was
Yesterday,
fine
not so
earlier.
good.
No, it was good.
No, it's like, you know, I have my own personal summer sometimes. But last 2 years.
7-10.
Yeah, yeah. Today, so far, it's been good, but yesterday, every couple hours, I thought I was like, no. It's been hard. I will not miss it.
I was actually thinking they're fairly clean. What I mean, they're always all this stuff.
They need to be put in a dishwasher.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's like you can burn it.
A chip dishwasher.
Pretty normal. Yes, Courtney just said, I see you. He was chatting shop.
All right, guys, back to the action now. We got Deb, pocket trays. Gonna make a raise to $15. Got Tanya, UTG +2 with King Jack of clubs making the call. Bernadette electing not to play 6-5 of clubs. Chris with ace 7. Gonna make the call. We got Meredith on the button of the real hand. Nice to see a 3-bet here. 75 to go to squeeze these players out. And into the muck, Tanya also into the muck. Deb, not going to be playing that. Tanya, king, jack of clubs, does decide to fold. And look at that, Mary with the move. Pocket tens with the squeeze, gets it through.
Not really limp, but you know, but once it starts, I'm saying once it went 3.
Y'all will see it. Y'all see it.
Yeah, we'll see. I'll see. Come on, your ace deuce one.
It's so good that I'll time it when you can watch it. It was suited.
He is suited.
You have suited aces.
No, she's home with Henry. Plus Henry's pretty much drained her bank account.
We saved it. We saved it.
And again, everybody, just a reminder, we will be having a seminar
She got through.
at 11 a.m.
Yeah, of course.
It'll be a complimentary brunch as well. Our host is going to be Linda Johnson and Jan Fisher to give a seminar for about 2 hours. Again, just want to try to plug some of your links and get some great poker insight from the First Lady of Poker, Linda Johnson, and also Jan Fisher. Again, that complimentary brunch seminar will start at 11 a.m. Now, the series starts that day as well. We'll have a satellite into a package for both the $125 buy-in warm-up and the $250 buy-in championship event on Saturday. So again, 1 o'clock is going to be a $65 buy-in with $20 rebuys, gets you into both events. We'll have our Lips warm-up at 4 o'clock with a $125 buy-in, and then the Lips championship on Saturday, which will be a $250 buy-in. For all information to those events, you can go ahead and visit our webpage at www.bestbetjacks.com, or also I can give you the link to the Lips webpage as well. That is the Ladies International Poker Series.com.
Cameras were the first one that changed that you'd have to do.
10 of diamonds. Looking at a 7.
I know, I was waiting for you to say chop, and I was like, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry about that. I was excited to have that. All right, load it up.
That's the second time.
Maria Tanya now with the pair of sevens. I'm going to take down that pot.
Okay.
But this thing is so high.
Also, just a reminder, guys, just a couple events for tonight. We do have our Mega Satellite into our War Poker Tour main event tonight at 6 o'clock. We are guaranteeing 5 main event seats. The Mega Satellite will start at 6 with a 12K starting stack playing 30-minute blind levels. The buy-in will be a $590 buy-in. So if you want to win your way into our War Poker Tour Best Bet Bounty Scramble here this in October, come on, play tonight. We have an event for you all. All right, actually now back with Chris with King Jack of Diamonds. Going to raise to $20. He's definitely the most active player at the table at the moment.
Can barely get you past the board.
Like always hot. Well, the corners, you can feel it when you see it more than it's.
Yeah,
I feel it
that's
right there. Yeah, on the sides.
It's like Chris's reserved seat. Every time I see her, I know that's where she's at.
Because I can't see, I'm super blind. You have glasses, see, I'm just like blind. So I'm sitting right here where I can see.
She left her glasses in the car.
I mean, I have some reading glasses, but that helps me right here, not right here. So if I'm over there, I have a really hard time.
They're like these, they're like shades, right, you know, for the prescription.
Yeah. And I have LASIK, so I can see a mile away. And I can see the readers right here. Is that medium, like if I'm over there?
Yeah, I got it.
That's, I've already lost a good bit of money not reading the board, like the suits right. Hey, you were right there. You were in that same spot as we played in March.
Thanks, Tanya.
I'm the
Finally got a
only one
playable hand.
From last month. It's just like this one. It was
All right, back in the action now. We have Tanya looking at Pocket Kings again. Now 3-bet to $40. Heads up to the flop. Deuce 9 tray. Mary does pair her 9. Tough to bet at it after a 3-bet, but she's going to go ahead and take a small stab to check to see where she's at. A bet of 50 to go.
They picked us as the feature table and put us here. And then they learned the final thing. Yeah, I got to stay the whole time. I was on the feature and went into the final. too.
That's where it came in here was the final.
I'm like, I've got my fingers crossed that that doesn't happen.
I kind of liked it. It forces you to play well.
Yeah.
But obviously it forced me very hard.
You're silly. You played good. Smart. I thought you
Oh, look at that. 9 of diamonds on the turn. Trip 9s for Mary. He's going to take it away from Tanya. Now Tanya with 2 outs. This could get it in all the way. So their effective stacks are pretty similar. Tanya's going to lead out with a bet of it's like $175. The move here, I believe, is to just go ahead and go all in. We're going to go and check her 9. I don't think just calling here is going to be the move, but looks like she is just nope. The all it is going to be an all in a call. So trip 9s for Mary is going to double up. Tanya will need a king. And here is our river card. Ace of diamonds not going to do it, and Mary going to double up now to $1,155.
I'll grab it.
All right, guys, here's some stats for you all. This is after hand number 16. Now here are our current chip counts. Current win-losses of the Knights. Again, after 16 hands, Mary, after the last pot, full double up, now $654. She is up. Tanya's up 180. Adam's up 160. And going down the line, Bernadette stuck 240. So again, any ladies out there, hope to see you this weekend for the Lips Series.
bottom cards come apart.
Yours?
Oh, I see
Oh,
this
yeah.
one,
Yeah, you can see.
yeah. The corners, the edges.
Okay.
The other side.
Yes, I see, it's right here.
The other side. Both corners are falling, so.
Okay. That's it.
Can you see my card? 15 minutes. Johnny on the spot. Did you see my hand earlier? Oh,
Oh, yeah, they just got completely apart.
Oh, yeah.
Ding, I hear this ding.
Cookies when you're shuffling.
Yeah, I bet you have to be careful shuffling.
Oh, yeah.
Go sideways.
It's falling apart on the edges.
Wait. Always a dealer's fault, isn't it?
You try to catch the corner. You say catch the corner, so it doesn't catch. Yeah, I'm not doing this.
The Great Eagles, the mascot from Texas. The top 10
We play Oklahoma State.
Cowboys.
Hey everybody, this is Wes here taking over for Johnny. If you're just tuning in, thank you for joining us here. Best Bet Live. Got the 2-5 No Limit Hold'em ladies only cash game. We have the Ladies International Poker Series in town this weekend. Only poker tour for women. So we're hosting this cash game for these ladies here. We have a couple tournaments this weekend as well. Got 5 players going to the flop here. Deb sitting at the top. 2 pair, 9s and trays. It's Bernadette though. Well, let's see if we get the action correct here. All right, so we're on the turn. And it's Lisa who's in the hand, has 2 pair, aces and trays. Moves all in after Deb checks pocket 9s. And it's a really tough spot for Deb to call here. I know it's compared to the pot, it's a relatively small bet. Actually looks like less than 210, unless I'm not seeing any chip, unless I'm missing some chips there. But I mean, especially with the pre-flop, somebody calling a 3-bet, you got to, and moving all in here, you got to put them on, you know, maybe having a queen or an ace. And she does indeed lay it down. Oh yeah, there were more chips there. That was, yeah. Yeah, definitely a good lay down. Looked like she didn't want to do it though.
Watch it in 30 minutes.
That's right.
Yeah, yeah.
15.
That's why I'm always like, I don't
Yeah,
get why.
like it's not in there, like they
Except when you're
called it
sitting
or what.
here and you can't see it. So
No, it's like, okay, what time?
Somebody will
see it
can
tonight.
tell you.
So
Yeah.
so in 30
you can
minutes.
see it later.
See what you play.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, you can watch
Oh,
all the
sure,
ones
yeah.
that they've ever
Yeah, it'll
For the
stay
ones
for.
we've ever had.
Oh no, it stays for longer than that. I can still the one
So
for
the Lips
March is
Poker
still
Tour in
there.
town, or
I didn't see
The
it.
10-10.
but we are hosting the Florida State Ladies
It's hard to
Championship.
find, though.
Yeah.
The 10-10 one.
You're gonna have to go back through their posts forever to find.
Tomorrow we are having we are hosting a brunch,
It's easier to see on Twitch.
I agree.
complimentary seminar at 11 a.m. We're gonna provide some food and drinks as well. Join hosts Jan Fisher and Linda Johnson for a Q&A session.
You had to say that.
Get your kids off the street.
Then at 1 p.m. tomorrow, $65 with $20 rebuys. Guaranteed 5 packages for the 2 events that they're hosting here. unlimited unlimited rebuys during the registration period. Start at level 4. And guaranteed 5 packages at least. One is a $125 ticket into the Lips warm-up, which is tomorrow afternoon at 4. And then the other seat, part of that guaranteed package out of that satellite, is a $250 Lips Florida State Ladies Championship ticket, and that's at Saturday at noon. We will have a feature and final table live stream for that event. Be sure to tune in for that. If you want more information on this particular series or just the Lips Poker Tour itself, visit their website, ladiesinternationalpokerseries.com.
I mean, I'll do whatever you want. You want to play?
I mean, it's not on
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's straight flush. I like if the odds are straight flush. I don't call that, you know, pop that 20. Yeah, well, they want to, you want everybody to get into it. You do what now? You want to get a straight
Game is eligible for the high hand.
And you make it 20, and she's got to
It's
follow
like,
you.
yeah.
Maybe we'll see something come up here during the stream. It'll be fun.
I either always top or lunch $500.
It hadn't started yet.
Yeah. Oh, but
So today, actually, until 6 p.m., $500 every 30 minutes. And again, 8 to 11, $500 every 30 minutes. If you're in the neighborhood, be sure to come down and pay us a visit. 201 Monument Road in Jacksonville, Florida. If you want to stop by and just watch the stream without delay on the side here, perfectly welcome to do that. When this is over, we will be starting a 2040 limit Omaha 8 or better game. Looking to start that around 7 o'clock. Pre-flop action here. Deb raises with Jack 10 offsuit. Gets calls from Lisa and Chris. 3 players going to the flop. Wouldn't have minded a little raise there by Chris with a Queen Jack of spades. Especially now that we see the flop. She flops 2 pair. Lisa, though, with the open-ended straight draw. Everybody's checking. I don't know about that. Trey Hearts. Now Deb. After everybody checked the flop, she wants to bet her jacks. Fortunately, Lisa and Chris aren't scared off. There it is. Chris gets the raise in. Finally, raising to $100. Deb knows where she's at. Lisa, though, looking for that straight. Calls to see the river. Does not make the straight at the end. She is first to act, though. Looks like she might try to bluff at it. And unfortunately, she's up against 2 pair. Chris makes the call. Two pair take it down.
They are, they're really good. I don't know where they get them from, but they're very good here.
cherries, berries.
It could be. It could be, they're so good.
It's quite tasty.
Take a look at the winnings thus far.
So good.
Mary
Strawberries here?
doing really well since we started. Up over $600. Deb and Tanya down there, but still plenty of time to make that up. Plenty of poker to go.
I wasn't going to raise. Oh, she could. Yeah, so I'm saying I wasn't going to raise. I hated the ace. When the ace hit, yeah, you could have hit.
Very expensive chase, though.
You're the what? Hot again.
Yeah, professional recreational.
I like that description.
Right. Did it very well.
It's like last time we liked
Young eyes.
The menopause, the lights, the champagne.
Too bad all I can see is
Pre-flop action here. We do have a raise out of Mary in the cutoff. Jack 10 offsuit. Tanya flats with pocket sevens. Tonya, pocket sevens. Tanya with ace 9 off. Chris is in as well. 4 players.
Well, because it's
2 queens on the board. Betting her gut shot here, $30. And Mary in with the raise. Not scared of the queen. Got 2 pair. 2 queens on the board. Unfortunately for Chris, Mary has one of her outs for the straight. She does lay it down, facing the bet. And just a reminder, next Friday, in fact, we are kicking off the WPT Best Bet Bounty Scramble 2019, event number 1, next Friday at 11 a.m. We've got 4 flights, Friday and Saturday, 11 and 6. $360 buy-in, 100K guarantee for that event. And that just starts everything off. Got about a little over 20 events, looks like, throughout the next few weeks, culminating in the main event, $5,000 buy-in, $1 million guarantee, the flagship tournament here at Best Bet, October 11th and 12th, Day 1A and Day 1B. And here we go, Kings versus Kings. This should be uneventful. We have Bernadette raises to $40 with pocket kings over to Tanya on the button. Looked like she raised. Just haven't caught up with the action here. Yep, we got a 3-bet to $100. And looks like we got a 4-bet, and we'll probably go all in and push all the chips back to the ladies. Or fold. She put her on aces, I guess. That's got to be the tightest laydown we're going to see tonight. Pre-flop fold with pocket kings. I don't really get that move. I mean, if you really put somebody on aces, a better hand, you're going to lay it down, I suppose. But me, I got to see it. And for 100, I think the 4-bet was 300. Definitely easy call in my eyes. But it's easy to say that when we can see the whole cards here on the screen. Got Mary with a suited ace raising to $15. Deb likes her hand on the button, 10-9 of spades. We got 3 players on the flop. Tanya not looking for clubs. And unfortunately for her, she does have the club draw. Going up against the ace-high club draw. Everybody checks the flop. And the flush gets there. Not good for Tanya. She's first to act. She leads out. It's like 15. And Mary with the nuts. She likes to call. Deb is along too, looking for a jack. I mean, in her eyes, she's looking for a jack. And we have the perfect board for Mary. Tanya's got the lower flush. Deb hits the straight she was calling for on the river. Tanya's leading out for $35. What can Mary do to get as much money out of this as possible? Facing $35. It's about $100 in the pot before that bet was made. She raises to 75, and Deb flats off the button with the straight. Oh, sorry. We got a 3-bet here. Oh, boy. $250 from Deb with the straight. Back to Tanya with the second nut flush. I'm going to be surprised if she lays this down. She's going to want to see the nut flush. I mean, granted, she is facing a raise and a re-raise, but she does call. She wants to see it. Here is where Mary needs to shove. Right here. Put it all in. Put it. Come on. Push it in. Okay. We got to get a little acting in. Be a little nervous here. Put on a show, and then put it in. There it is, raised to 600. And I think that about has, oh no, Deb definitely has that covered, but I mean, she can't feel good about the clubs at this point. 2 other players in the hand, one of them has to have clubs. Pot of the day right here. What a river. Action card. Turn and river. Ooh. Mary wisely lays that one down. I'm sorry. Deb wisely laid that one down. Now it's up to Tanya. Does Mary have the nut flush while she is holding the second nut flush? That's what she's thinking right here. I mean, it's all her chips to find out. She's already committed half of them. So at this point, the math says to put it in. It's just whether you go with your gut. What does your gut tell you? Can you save $375? Live to fight another day? Or do you think you have the best hand? I think she's going to put it in here. Unfortunately for her, it's a really tough spot. And she does make the call. Second nut flush goes down. Ace-high flush for Mary. And that's a $1,500 pot for Mary.
I knew that's a possibility, but it's like, it was a second nuts, man. I would have been straight up.
Very, very nice hand.
So the 125 you can buy me.
But I mean, you know, with the
Oh, no.
second nuts over here.
That's why. I mean,
It's a really hard fold.
It's a hard fold.
Yeah.
And Mary just crushing this table right now. Up over $1,600 since we started the stream. Gobbling up all these big pots. It also helps when you turn the nuts while somebody else turns the second nuts, and somebody else in the hand is 3-betting with a straight.
No. Oh, her.
Doesn't hurt at all.
Her for sure. She's debating. I'm thinking one of them's got the nuts, one has the second nuts.
So again, WPT coming to town. Starting up next week, we got our calendar.
Correct.
All the events listed, bestbetjacks.com. We do have satellites into that main event still going on. Next one is tonight, actually, 6 p.m. That's the 19th today. 6 p.m. Mega into the main event, $590 buy-in. 5 seats are guaranteed in that $5,000 main event. Next Thursday, we have the Mega. It will have a package, a series package. seats into the $360 event number 1, $200 no limit hold'em, $570 no limit hold'em, and the $5,000 championship. That package is worth $6,100. And that mega satellite is next Thursday, the 26th, 6 p.m. 5 of those packages are guaranteed. For more information on all of our satellites and other events that are occurring during the WPT Bounty Scramble, visit our website, bestbetjacks.com.
Quarter after whatever. She asked what time it is. I have this watch that when it's in between, I can't tell which hour.
Mary's betting her pair of jacks here, going up against Tanya, who flopped the straight. Puts the raise in, and that should be enough to scare Mary off. And she does fold. Move on to the next hand.
Attention ladies, you do have open seating for our 2-5 live stream game. This is a $200 buy-in game. If you're interested in playing, please come to the front podium at this time. Once again, ladies, if anybody is interested in playing in our 2-5 live stream cash game, please come to the front podium at this time.
You almost swore what? Oh, it can all be. Actually, I have two.
Open seats, ladies. Open seats. You're in the area. Come on down.
Blue with big gold lips for the lips championship.
Thanks, Bay. Thanks for joining us here.
Fundraiser
Best
for
Bet
the
Live.
Dr. Chicks, the charity, in October. If people want to buy them for like other poker girlfriends or for themselves. So I'll be
Here we go. Deb in the cutoff. Pocket aces.
to send a needy lady to Vegas.
25 is the new bet. Lisa's going to call her button.
On the board for that, we do it every year. So you'll see that in October. That way you have it in time. It takes about 4 weeks to come in. You have it in time for Christmas if you want to do it as a present. But there'll be 3 different types. Jersey, or you can wear it as a shirt. But it
Got me
runs.
some new Longhorn teeth this year.
Well, I have so much Saints food, it's ridiculous. And LSU.
Oh, yes. Real close to my phone. It was a good game though. We're not gonna mention it, but no, we played a good game though.
You did. I thought about it all ago, and I was like, I want to tease
Nah,
her, but then I
you
was like,
can-
no, I'm not going to tease her about LSU beating them.
We lost. But we still did good though. Yeah,
We're a hard runner.
David L. for 2-5, David L.
That's what I'm saying. I'll wait till October, and I'll put it out there for the fundraiser for the thing. And they're not so expensive. I get them through my little online boutique. I get them wholesale. So what I'm going to do is do it, mark it up like normal, but all the difference between the cost will go to the charity about the chicks.
David L. for
It'll be like
$2-5,
$32
David
a
L.
piece. They're not gonna be much.
Do you want it? All right, table 7.
That's the level prices. I'll make sure you see it there. The only problem is like this, they run 2 sizes smaller. So like I normally run medium, this is an extra large. So the highest they go is the 2X. The biggest they go is 2X. And I've already looked at 3 different manufacturers. The biggest they go is 2X. But you could do it like this. I mean, it won't button, but you could wear it as a jersey over top.
I figured it out. No, no.
You just had 3 good hands like that.
That's the one I needed.
I know, I can never
Oh, my
do it.
title bad.
I know, I can never do 2 days in a row.
In 2012, I was the first winner. First winner in this year. I won the first year. The original you, baby. I've never not final table. Never supposed to say that. I've never not.
Oh, for the lips.
Yeah, for the lips here. Never.
I'm not
every year.
surprised, Mary.
It's fun though. It's my favorite.
Really
For
good.
the WPA tournament. Not WPA, WPT.
Yeah, I know what you meant. Remind me.
Okay. Ask me something.
I think they're talking about Mary. Something about a nice little stack.
What? That's sexual harassment.
Well, I hate to tell you,
not
but
fair. My bad.
it was Linda and Jean,
I don't mind
so
when you
I'm
say
just gonna go with that's probably. I said stack, not rack.
Six,
I
jack.
can't
Queen of
hear.
hearts, eight of diamonds, jack. Six, jack, six, jack. That's eight of hearts.
All right, 3 players to the flop here, and flops pair of jacks, which is good right now. Chris, though, is in with a pair of 8s. Mary with the gut shot looking for a queen. And betting, it's the 2 other ladies to fold. Going to take this one down.
I would like to, but I can't, no, I can't be here in October.
What time is it? It's a 6:30.
No, that's the 2040, but there's a satellite to.
What time's
Oh,
the
it's
satellite?
7:30. Our party's at 7:30, our wine and cheese party that we're having.
I thought we whining about it.
Not that we're whining about it.
Wine,
I
cheese.
get it.
Oh, I get it.
No, it's not satellite to a regular tournament, so not us. Not any of our stuff we got going on.
No.
Was it the 100K for the 100K?
What's the satellite for?
No, I
It's
think
for the
it's
5,000.
Oh, it's for 2
for
weeks.
the main event.
It's
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
next
Main
weekend or
event.
2 weeks from now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the
It's for in
$5,000
October
main event.
sometime.
Yeah. no,
What's
we're good. Thank
what's
you.
the satellite? 590 with
It's a 590,
It's for in
$60.
$60
October.
rebuys.
Seat 1 fold. Seat 2 fold. Seat 4 call. 5 fold. Seat 6.
Yeah, it's for the tournament in October.
The main event. Yes, main event.
Somehow, the first time I ever called a radio station in my life last night, and I got a seat at the,
Seat 7 call.
what's it called?
The Saturday to the
It's a
Saturday.
satellite to a satellite.
Yes.
It's
Read
the,
it to 120.
yeah,
Yeah.
the, well, no, not 120. It's the.
Yeah,
3 ladies
no,
to the
it's
flop
the
here.
player- or shoot, the girls.
King high board, 2 spades.
It's the Royal Flush,
Royal Flush Girls.
but it's still $120 because it's into the.
But I don't think it's a one table. There's only one
So
table.
it's a sit and go, it's a one table sit
One
and go.
table sit and go.
To the
To the
590. So it's
590.
worth $120, I mean, that's what he's saying.
Yeah, but you can't buy in.
Right.
That's cool.
Yeah, she
I
gets
know.
to be on the stream.
I was like going, really? I've never called a radio station in my life, and I'm sitting there
And it's the
listening to the
Friday
show.
of the main event. It's the Friday
Yeah,
of
I
the main
know, it's
event.
weird, because I would, and it's almost during the satellite.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Kinda
you
strange.
typically, those, even WSOP does that. You start that, and then they start it, and you're kind of within the first 2 or 3 minutes, it's done, and then you jump into the Saturday. Which I always find odd.
That's all right.
Because, well,
No, it was just hilarious, because I rarely listen to the show, even though I
Our show?
always enjoy it, the Best Bet show.
Yeah.
And I was listening to it and sitting at my desk, my office, and I was like, oh, there's a phone right there. Let me see that. Let me just dial that number.
Might as well.
And he goes, oh, you're caller 5. I didn't even know what I was calling for. Is that hilarious? They just said call to win.
Oh, so she called.
That's usually when you win.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even know what it was for. I had to ask on Facebook. I asked them, well, wait a
Oh,
minute,
I
what'd
saw
I
that when
win?
you were like, I called in, but I don't know what I won.
Action to Ann on the button with King Jack.
Only
See,
Lisa would
should
call a radio station. and
people see a
not know
raise
what
out of her
she's
here.
doing.
Up to $40. King Jack on the button. Small blind to fold, big blind to fold. Over to Mary, who does make the call. 10-8 of hearts. And as good as she's been running, I probably would have called too. Heads up. King high board, rainbow. And sitting very nice. Top pair. And Mary doesn't have anything to call with. She lays it down. So again, what the ladies are talking about tonight, $590 no limit hold'em satellite into the $5,000 WBT main event. It is there's unlimited re-entries allowed during the first 5 levels, 30-minute levels, 12,000 in chips. Again, we are guaranteeing 5 seats into the main event out of that satellite tonight, starting at 6 o'clock.
Everyone in my husband will agree that I'm the worst cash paying player in the world.
Yeah, well, I just said,
He's going, "You playing cash tonight? Are you kidding me?"
I know. The same thing.
Yeah, but
What are you doing?
is that C?
Yes. See this?
I'm thinking, what? You're playing what?
All right, Tanya on the button here. Pocket deuces raises $20. Deb, however, gets the 3-bet in with pocket sixes. 45 to go.
What's crazy is
And Tanya decides to fold. Button after raising. Was she the one that folded the kings earlier? To pocket kings
that was
pre-flop?
Tuesday night. Last night, I'm playing live cash
I think she
here.
might have been.
Pocket 10, flop, 10, jack, jack.
So
All my money.
beware her betting
Same
in a
exact
hand
thing, 2 nights in a row. One on mine.
if she sees a flop. That's for sure.
What are the odds of that, yeah. Flopping the full house and having the other person get flopped back. It's 2 nights in a row. One on mine.
Russ for 2-5,
So
Russ.
this time, if it happens,
You're just
Russ,
folding.
you want 2-5?
no. I know math. Statistically, that ain't gonna happen for a long time again.
I don't know. I got taken out twice at the
But that was 2
at that
times
last
in a
event
row.
at that
2 nights in a row.
570 with quads. Remember? Somebody
Mary's
hit
looking
quad
at an
quads
ace.
and my nut flush
Offsuit
and my
ace
boat.
9.
I'm there, second and fifth
Raises to
step,
15.
for momentarily healers who's now holding high
And
hand.
let's look for a. Nope.
Aaron 10 off go for us.
That was not all in, by the way. That was $15 called by Ann. Hopefully we get that fixed here. $15, not $1,500.
Check.
She looks to bet here on the turn. She does have a pair of 9s. Pair of 9s, so looking for a king on the river to bail out the ace-king. Does not get there. Mary's pair of 9s are good right now, barring any kind of betting out of Ann here. Mary leads out, looks like $25 on the river here. Apologies for the action being a little off. Does make the call, pays off the 9s. Ace king no good.
You need to count?
Oh, money bags.
Again, we are streaming out of Jacksonville, Florida. Thank you for tuning in.
Count how many chips you have.
Right now we've got the 2-5 no limit hold'em cash game. This is a ladies-only event. We have the Lips Poker Tour in town, Ladies International Poker Series.
Something happened and they lost track.
So we have a ladies-only cash game going on right now. We've got a brunch complimentary seminar tomorrow at 11 a.m. Q&A session with host Linda Johnson and Jan Fisher. Be sure to check that out. Tomorrow at 1 p.m., $65 with $20 rebuy satellite. We're guaranteeing 5 packages out of that satellite. The package is going to have a seat into the $125 no limit Hold'em warm-up tournament tomorrow afternoon at 4 p.m. And then it will also have a seat into the $250 Lips Florida State Ladies Championship on Saturday at noon. Sunday at noon, we got a 2040 Omaha 8 or better cash game hosted by Linda and Jan as well. If you want more information on the Ladies International Poker Series, visit their website. Again, ladiesinternationalpokerseries.com. You can get more information on the Florida State Ladies Championship and all the other events this group sponsors.
Touch players new high hand squats.
Lips Poker Tour, the Lips Tour, founded in 2004, shows both the camaraderie of the game and the competitive drive that women have for poker through both online competition and land-based casinos. Lips has been able to surge to the forefront of the women's poker movement in the industry. Their mission is to create venues for women to learn and excel in the game of poker through education, tournament play, and social event opportunities in conjunction with land-based and online licensed casinos.
Seriously? Another one? They're never going to let you deal again.
No.
I'm just taking them apart.
Was it?
Got little technical difficulties with the cards here. Bear with us as we get those fixed. We do have very special cards here for this live stream. No hole cameras for us to read the cards. They have RFID chips inside of them.
They get their money out of it.
And so the table then reads the cards when the players put them in those little white boxes in front of them. Sends the information back into the room here where we are able to see them on a 15-minute delay. As long as everything works. As long as everything works and as long as we have functioning cards, provide a good show for you guys. Usually get about 2 live streams in a week. Usually more when we get big events in town, such as this and the WPT. But if you would like to see our schedule of events for the live stream, visit our website. Go to bestbetjacks.com, click on the poker tab, go down to Best Bet Live. You'll pull up the upcoming live streams. I'll go ahead and post the schedule of upcoming streams in both the chats here on Twitch and Facebook. But just to let you know, the next stream is actually tonight. As soon as this one's done, we're going to reset and get the 2040 Limit Omaha started. It's a 2040 Limit Omaha 8 or better with a half kill. It goes to 30-60. Fun game, a little different. Saturday, we will have the feature and final tables for the $250 No Limit Hold'em Lips Florida State Championship. And then next week, we're going to have a couple cash games, 2-2 No Limit Deep, 2-5 No Limit Deep on the 24th and 26th. And then we get into the WPT action, final tables for all of our big tournaments here during the WPT.
The other ones that we had before didn't have the Best Bet Live stick on the top. So it didn't kill part.
I made that up myself. It only applies to my flip spot.
6 check, C7 check. King of clubs, jack of hearts, check. C2, bet 30.
Not that I know of.
C6,
Is that, what?
She's playing in Tampa. She lives in Tampa. She's playing at Derby in some tournaments. Little tournaments.
What's going on at Derby?
It's that accelerator or something.
Oh, the accelerator.
I don't know what that is.
What is that?
Yeah. It's in Tampa this weekend.
When I retire, I'll
Yeah, she's retired, so.
Right.
Yeah, she's retired.
I don't have that kind of time. I'm barely getting into the, Hard Rock's got the 50K and the 3K coming up in October, and the October thing. I'm gonna be in Virginia for a week at my high school reunion. I'm like,
I'm playing there next weekend. I was going to Tampa for the Phil Collins concert next Thursday, with my girlfriend. And then I'm gonna play Saturday, Sunday, I think. There's some kind of tournament. It's only like $160. There's a couple of, similar to the one that you and I played in, but several flights and then the last day is on the same.
yeah, they're doing a bunch of those. He does a good job. He's just getting really creative.
I like that little series, only $200. I had to buy it 3 times to find it back, but I wound up cashing up for it. We parted twice. No, sure it is. They did.
I was one. I was the first one.
Usually
Listen in, come, and another.
yeah, there was 2 that were supposed to be here that
One
backed
had
out.
a stroke and one had a heart attack.
But she,
They're gas.
her mom, but
Melissa's dad.
she didn't know she was coming for sure to get close in.
Said a couple of them called out on us.
Yeah. Oh, Lisa, are you coming back? Lisa just hit $19,000 slot machine on the
Yeah,
poker
don't
cruise.
cry for her.
Yeah, on the card player poker
And
cruise.
she's getting us breakfast Saturday.
Yeah, that's who did it, Lisa. Right there. Yeah, and she's buying us breakfast Friday morning. She won $19,000 on the cruise ship on the slot machine. The Progressive, that was Lisa.
Yep.
Which was really sweet.
Sorry about that, Cletus. Had to step away for a technical issue, but so the half kill for the 2040 game. Make sure I get this right here. Anytime when you're dealing with a kill in a cash game, when the pot gets to a certain size, if one person, and this is going to be in a high-low split, 8 or better, anytime one person scoops a pot a certain size, based on the size of the game, it then turns into a kill pot, which increases the next hand, the blinds, changes the game. So when it's if it was a full kill, it would go to a 40-80 game. It's a half kill. So tonight, it's 2040 goes to a 30-60 game. And I believe the cutoff for that in this this game tonight is a $200 pot. Anytime somebody scoops a $200 pot or more, without splitting it, the next pot is a kill pot. They have to post the big blind. Or whatever the small bet is, which would be, in that case, $30, and it turns into a 30-60 game. Mary here looking at top pair, not particularly strong kicker. facing a $165 bet by Chris. And it looks like this bet's going to get through, and it does. Chris with a pair of deuces on the river. Well-timed bet. I gotta believe that if Mary had just a little bit better of a kicker, she makes the call there. Busted flush draw, hits a pair on the river. Well-timed bet. Works out for Chris there.
Oh, yeah, she seemed like.
But like I was saying before I had to exit really quick, if you want to take a look at our upcoming live stream schedule, visit our website, bestbetjacks.com. Click on the poker tab, go down to Best Bet Live. Any of the cash games you see there, you can get on the wait list for. Send your information to Johnny P at bestbetjacks.com. Let them know your name, what game you want to play, and we get you on the list for that. Here we go in the Facebook chat. Just put in the upcoming schedule, and I will put that in to the Twitch chat in just a second.
No, I can't.
Oh, thanks, Cletus.
Oh, yeah, yeah. That's my anniversary. Remember? I think that's what I wrote. October 7th is my anniversary. That's what I wrote. I was like, that's my wedding anniversary. I love you, honey. I can't go play on our anniversary. Yeah. I wrote that to somebody. They asked me to go, so I was like, that's my anniversary. So that you could go, yeah, yeah. Mine would not be for that.
It worked
yeah.
for like 2 years.
That would not work for mine. He'd be like, excuse me, no. Yeah, mine catches on like really quick. Before I even get it out of my mouth, he's like,
Action slowing down a little bit here on this 2-5 no limit hold'em cash game. 6-handed. Hopefully we'll start seeing their the range open up a little bit. Shorter handed.
so hopefully, I'm sure they're advertising about our ladies tournament on Saturday. The Lips Championship. Well, Johnny's
I just
out there,
figured you might have had
so I guess they're not commentating.
It's just not, you gotta really be used to playing cash to really.
I don't know. There might be some of that. If Johnny's over here.
I'll pull up the structure for that event real quick. $250 no limit hold'em Lips Florida State Ladies Championship this Saturday at noon. $250 buy-in. Going to get you 20,000 starting chips, 30-minute levels. Registration is open until the start of level 9. We're going to have a feature table, and we're going to have that streaming through to the final table and the end of that tournament.
And then I watch it, go back and watch it. Nobody was commentating.
Looks like there might be some bounties in there as well. I'm looking at the structure sheet.
I was like, I never do that. I was like, I did it one time. And I'm so proud of myself, and nobody was saying.
My birthday hand.
Yeah, I think if anybody calls there.
Is someone coming?
Who's coming? Hey, Lupe.
See a lot of new names here in the Facebook chat. If you are new, be sure to follow us. Click that follow button, like and share for all your friends and family to see. You get updates on when we go live for all of our future live streams.
She had to go to the sushi. Yeah, she had to go to the urgent care.
And you can go back, check out our video archives on Facebook, but also on Twitch and through YouTube as well. All of our past live streams. Go back and watch any of those.
They gave her Benadryl. I saw somebody.
Yeah, they gave her Benadryl.
And then she went to the urgent care.
Kind of scary.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
5, 4.
And there we go. Ace Jack in the big blind. Bernadette raises to $30. And we got a call from Ann in the cutoff. 9-8 of spades. Heads up action. I like that. Opening up a little bit. 6-handed. Ace high flop. Rainbow. Bernadette flopping top pair. The C-bet in $30 and does not have much to call here, though. Backdoor flush draw, maybe. But she elects to apply the pressure back onto Bernadette. Short-handed. She doesn't necessarily believe that there's an ace over on the other side of the table. Raised to $90. Bernadette here with a really nice kicker. Looks like she's getting 3-bet together. And that'll scare Ann off. Looks like 255. And we do get a fold out of Ann. Nice try, Ann. Unfortunately, you did come up against an ace.
Can you see it?
No, I actually can't.
Oh, my bad. How about now?
I don't know why. No, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay, now okay.
So Mary here, pocket eights,
6, raise to 20.
raises $20.
I want you to see it.
7, fold.
Tanya making the call here with ace 10. Deb's defending the button here with queen 7 offsuit. Got another ace 10 in as well. 5 of the ladies are going to see this flop after a raise.
I see you.
5 of them.
Oh, now I can read it. Whatever you just did.
Magnified it
I'm
with
free.
the coin protector.
King, queen, 6, 2 spades. Chris flopping top pair. Everybody's checking.
Yeah, I can read it. Whatever you did after.
Over to Deb, betting the button $50 with a pair of queens. It's going to thin the field down a little bit. Chris does make the call with top pair. See if anybody else sticks around. Looks like it's going to be heads up here to the turn, and it is. Nine of clubs. There's Chris 2 pair. $200 in the pot. I might have elected to be a little slower here. Deb was the better on the flop, though. She bets 75 and does get a call out of Deb. Deb looking for a queen to take this one down. Oh, my goodness, and she hits a queen on the river. Trip queens, and Chris is still betting into her here. That's 100, and Deb just flats. Very interesting call there. I think a nice, at least a min raise here. Something. Try to get a little bit of value out of that queen on the river. But she does take it down. Take a look at our updated winnings for the ladies that are here. Mary still up everything. She's up almost $2,000 on the table. All the other ladies except for Chris are down. That are left. But there is still plenty of time and plenty of money on the table to make anything back. Hey, Alicia, thanks for tuning in.
Oh, I had Jack 6.
Everybody's folding. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, me too. But, you know, they usually don't have that.
This game is eligible for the high hand. $500 every 30 minutes until 6 o'clock. And the bad beat. That'd be fun to see here on the stream as well.
I know what I'm supposed to do. I know. What I'm saying is, we check it down to go to the next.
Right.
We check it down to go to the next.
You gotta have to get there.
10.
Yeah.
All you have to have is 10. So,
We both had shitty cards. Even if we looked at them, we would have chopped. Jack 4 and Jack 6. I'm always chopping. It's personal preference. But you're welcome to play yours. However, but I'm chopping Jack 6 always. Yeah. Jack 6 are? I am chopping.
I'm chopping Jack 6 every time too.
And she had Jack 4, yeah.
I check dark. I check how about now?
6 and 7 both check. Actions on the force. Jack of diamonds, 7 of diamonds, king of diamonds. Check, check, check.
So Mary here flopping 2 pair. There are 3 diamonds on the board, but she is not scared, betting $20. Bernadette, only one left, has nothing to call. Mary just gonna go on adding on here.
Oh, yeah. I could do. I didn't bring my computer, so I couldn't play. The satellite, the online one. I played 3 of them and I chopped them. Didn't cash out too, so I went for like $10.
That's for the Saturday.
No, the Saturday. It's for whatever you want it to be for, really. You can apply it to anything. But yeah, that's what they said it was for. But you could do it.
Out of the small blind, we got a raise here, $30 with ace queen off suit. Not much. Chris does want to call with a suited 9-6. Mary calls on the button, 10-9. 3 players
Yeah, I know. I was like,
to the flop. And gets the C-bet in there. It's like $60 into a $95 pot. Chris calls, middle pair. There is N. Looking for an 8 to make a straight. And spoke that into existence. And two ladies call, and that slows Ann down. So she checks. Chris checks as well. Mary bets $150. Interesting spot here for Chris, who is looking at an open-ended straight draw, although she does not want to hit a 5. Chris is looking to call, trying to chop this one. Looking for a 10 on the river if she does indeed call. And it's $150. I'm sorry, Mary's $150. Ann is sitting here with ace queen with no shot at winning this pot. And she does lay it down. We'll see what Chris elects to do. Again, she thinks she's open-ended, but really she's drawing to one of 3 10s, just a chop. $150. It's about half the pot. Decent value for open-ended, but she is laying it down. Mary turns it straight and takes it down and shows she has the straight.
I know. You're welcome.
It's gonna be her new favorite one.
I was hoping one of y'all was going to try to come back over me.
No. You told her sit here.
She did.
Yeah, like, I should have sat there. Sit here. That's it, yeah, right here. That's one of my favorite guys. 19 suited. I really like that one. Sound like so bad.
Wasn't up at the bottom there.
No, not without the nuts.
Again, thank you for tuning in here. Best Bet Live, streaming out of Jacksonville, Florida. You are watching a 2-5 No Limit Hold'em ladies cash game at the Ladies International Poker Series in town. Clips.
One, 7 folder. So they're heads up with the blind.
The action will not end when this game is over. We will be resetting and transitioning to a 20-40 Omaha 8 or better with a half kill cash game. Should get that started around 7 o'clock tonight. So be sure to tune into that as well for some roaring Omaha action.
No, I'm saying we got a couple ladies down. Out, down. Yeah, couple.
We are, and luckily for us, we're not on television, we're streaming, so you can watch the Jazz games on TV, and you can have this up on your computer or smart phone or tablet, watching along. But definitely, we are rooting for the Jags here. Best Bet Jacks,
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
the home team, hosting the Titans tonight.
Just a preference. You actually won.
Yeah, it's preference.
Just limping so far. Wouldn't have minded a little raise by Mary with the suited king. But Deb's going to do it with a suited ace. We're going up to $20. sorry, Tanya is raised with 7-3. Deb just calls the suited ace. Bernadette with pocket nines flats as well. A little slower play here by the ladies. Interesting board. Bernadette with the overpair, open-ended straight draw. Checks. Everybody's checking so far. Over to Mary. Pair of sevens. Bets at $60. Tanya's got the same pair, but she has the flush draw to go with it. Raises to $125. Back to Bernadette with a decision to make. Overpair, open-ended straight. With pre-flop action goes, you got to figure you have a decent chance of having the best hand right now. She's going to let it go. Folds, pocket nines. Look like Mary folds as well. The raise by Tanya is going to take down the pot.
No, that's not what she
If I
said.
had a diamond, I would say, but if you had a diamond, I had to hit the harder. She's a kid. I think I would just say, I thought, what? Just stay right there with me.
Uh-huh. Check it out.
What's she been? I just think.
I worked that one. You're good on that one.
Yeah, I was a little surprised by that fold as well.
Reapply.
Facing a decent sized raise. And if you put somebody on a higher pocket, I mean, even if you put somebody on a higher pocket pair, you've got the open-ended straight draw. I would have preferred her to try to see at least one more card.
Oh, my favorite hand.
Really?
Those two tens.
That's what destroyed me the last 2 nights.
Tens are
Flopping
better.
full houses with them
I
both.
take tens over aces I have a 90% win ratio with pocket tens.
Well, Deborah,
90% they will flop a set.
the last 2 nights, I flopped full houses with pocket tens and still lost both times.
I would not have lost.
Oh, yeah? Against quads?
I lose with aces.
I'm like, good luck.
I would lose aces, but I'm not.
You're saying the quads would not have come. Quad jacks, yeah. For me, they came.
Jacks, I hate jacks.
Yeah, I had 10.
Jacks, I lose with them, I lose to
Against
them.
them, yeah, I don't like jacks
Oh,
either.
God. Jacks
I'm right there
suck.
with you on the jack. I hate
Sometimes think I just fold jacks pre-flop.
Six folds.
Woo!
We get a limped flop here. 3 ladies.
No, I don't have tens.
King high board, 2 hearts. Chris flopping top pair. She bets, and that should be enough to get Tanya to fold at least. Deb, though, with a pair of 6s, might stick around. Short-handed. It's hard to make a pair, and she does make the call. Well, Cleus, we're looking forward to seeing you. Anybody else that wants to join us? 201 Monument Road, Jacksonville, Florida. Come on down. Deb here turning trip 6s and is probably going to get paid off on the river by Chris. And it's a $35 bet. Not much out there in the pot. So top pair, 2 pair, queen kicker. Oh, she lets it go. I mean, good lay down.
Yeah, you could do that the other way. Let me river there.
DN,
Just too much
2-5,
out there. I
DN.
can't call with just 2 points. Flop 2.
Whatever you got.
DN, second call for 2-5, DN. Last call for DN, 2-5, DN.
That's horse ring. Huh? You got it already?
Go ahead.
Oh, you got it on the
Sean,
turn.
2-5, Sean.
I didn't river you.
I had a king.
Turned you, I didn't
You
river
turned me,
I
yeah.
figured you had a king.
Yeah, I had a king.
Oh, she could call top pair.
Sean, second
No.
call for 2-5.
No, because the river, it was just too many possibilities.
It was
Sixes, flush. The river gave me even more opportunities, so I was like, nah, can't do it.
See 5 or 20. 6 fold. That's right. See 8 call. 2 more. 16 call. 3 play.
Busy.
See 1 check. 5.
3 players to the flop here. Chris with a pair of 9s. Top pair. She's going to bet it $60. Deb with the backdoor straight draw. 2 overs. Makes the call. For a king or a queen. Running hearts. Stay alive. Backdoor straight draw, too. Yeah, diamonds does not help. She checks. Chris still with top pair. Bets again.
Middle player is walking for table 27. 2 channel limit. Survey walking rule is not in fact in front of your seats at this time.
And that bet was good. Take a look at the winnings. Mary's still up way big. Everybody else still trying to dig out of the hole. Chris almost there. Pretty much at even.
Yeah, they're really
But a few ladies have left us for what fueled Mary's meteoric rise. Up 2,000 since the game started here.
Yeah, she's staying at my house until next month. She's coming tomorrow. She has her mom and her sister here visiting.
Once again, player is walking for table 27. 2 channel limit. Survey walking rule is not in fact in front of your seats.
They fly out tomorrow morning and she'll drive out. She's staying with us too. She's sleeping with me.
Did you get the one to get the room?
Oh, yeah. I said I had forgot my night. I forgot my nightgown. So I left her a message this morning. First I told my husband to get one out of the drawer and put it on the stairs for him. And I called her and talked to her and said, unless you want something,
Kyle, 22 Kyle, 26.
so I go through my bag last night, I'm like, oops, I always forget something.
Oh, man, I went all the way to work. I worked
And we're in a
40
king
minutes
bed, but
late.
it's the two of us.
40 minutes from my job, from my house, and I get to work, and I realized I had everything. By the time I sure they're in the hangar, whatever left, but I think I was I didn't have to work, and I called him up. On his day off, he was sleeping. Look, I never asked for anything. Can you please bring my shirt? I had to go all the way back, and it's
I mean, I
almost
could
by
have worn a
10.
t-shirt, but still I wanted something.
Oh, I didn't even have no shirt.
There's nothing. Yeah. Oh, there's a J.C. Penney across the street.
Oh, that's right.
Like
One
right
more?
across the street.
And wait, one more.
I just noticed that, but it's there. Why not? Well, she has to wait. I know, well, no, I know, I'm just saying, you don't want to wait too. I think that's. Yeah. Wait, you're not.
So I'm there before you.
I haven't, but I will. Just remind me tomorrow or Saturday. I'll call them. Which check-in is not till 3, so that's why I didn't call. I thought about that.
I mean, if they have one available, then they'll still let me know.
Yeah, but check-in not till 3. Huh? I know, I was thinking about that. I was like, why did she do that? Yeah, because check-ins, it's rare that they let me check in before 3 anywhere I travel. They always cut it so close on the hospital. But I'll call them. No, not here in Boston.
Oh.
If you're mommy tonight, I'll call them tonight. Just on the one on Tuesday, if not, I'll go Tuesday. They'll have one tomorrow too. Yeah. It is. Yeah. Well, I'm saying if you go saw that, you can jump another, which is nice for you because I can't. Huh?
Tournaments, yes.
Yeah, you can.
Yes, Anna's back. Sorry, she's the day. Yep. And then my AC
Sure
quit.
can.
I will say this: Deb definitely widening her range here, shorthanded. No, I want to see more of this out of these ladies playing 6-handed, 5-handed. If somebody gets up, 3 players going to the flop. King high board rainbow.
Sherry.
We're checking down. 5 hearts on the turn. Queen 10 is still good, but still, everybody's checking. Nobody's hit anything yet.
I sent it to you hours ago.
I feel like, especially on that turn after nobody bet the flop, Deb should have put a C-bet out there. But, I mean, she bets here on the river and gets everybody to fold. It's a good read that nobody had anything.
Maybe I'll watch the other one. I'm stupid.
What is the young and restless? I'm sorry.
What is it? Oh, Lord. Yeah, I never watched it, but I heard it was crazy.
The only one I've ever watched.
I watched it.
And I was so
It's been on
addicted.
forever.
I was so addicted. I used to watch Days of Our Lives back in the day. I bet I could
the days.
And here we go. Chris picks up pocket jacks. 2 black jacks here. And the cutoff raises to $20.
That's what happens on sometimes.
And lays it down. Tanya's gone. And unfortunately, nobody had anything to play with Chris.
How's Lupe feeling?
Jan, how's Lupe feeling?
How's
Lupe feeling better?
Tired, but she's fine, thank you.
Tired.
Well, the Benadryl stuff will make you.
How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing? How you's doing? You's doing? I'll never forget the first time I went to New York City. We went out in the village, and all these Italian guys kept coming up to me and my girlfriend. How you's doing? And we were like, what is this? And they were like, we love your southern accent. And we're like, if you guys can hear yourself, they were so funny.
3 players to the flop here. Mary with pocket 7s and on the button with king 9 of clubs. They miss. Pocket 7s are still good. Mary puts the C bet in, $40. Should get the others to fold. Not much to play with or for there, so good laydowns on their part. Again, if you're just tuning in, thank you for joining us here, Best Bet Live. We are streaming a 2-5 No Limit Hold'em ladies only game. We do have the Ladies International Poker Series in town for the 2019 Florida State Ladies Championship. That tournament is on Saturday at noon, $250 buy-in.
My sister did that one time.
Unlimited re-entries during the first 9 levels, 20,000 in starting chips, 30-minute levels. We are going to have a feature and then final table here on the live stream, so be sure to stay tuned for that if you are unable to come down and play in it yourself.
Well, and here's the deal. Sometimes they'll use the same spoon. Like, I'm from Louisiana, and we have, like, shrimp etouffee and crawfish etouffee. My sister has to be careful because if they use the same spoon to stir from one to the other, some people are so sensitive that will hurt you. Even just that. Yeah, so you have to be careful. You know, that they don't even use the same.
It's good to see you feeling good to want to. I was wondering what it was that gave you Benadryl. I was like,
Yeah.
oh good, come on the table.
10 of diamonds, 5 of diamonds.
Come play cash now. Come play.
And a great flop for Deb, flopping trip 5s, especially with Bernadette having top pair and betting for her. Folds around back to Deb.
No, Omaha. Yeah, I want to play 10-20.
Just 75. One made it 75.
So we got the raise here, we're on 75. And Bernadette called the top pair. Turn came out, was a deuce of hearts. Bernadette picks up the heart draw. Deb checks her trips again, trying to get Bernadette to bet, and it worked. And we'll get another raise in. Now Bernadette has a lot of outs. Looking for a 10. Any heart. Does not get one of her outs. Deb's trips are still good. She checks, hoping Bernadette bets again. Does not happen. Deb takes this one down, chipping up almost $300.
Maybe you didn't even bet the 25 I got out. Let's see.
Yeah, that was a little scary.
I just checked. Make sure you
Good,
got this
you're
in.
good, you're good.
Did you see it? It's not good.
I saw, yep,
It's not good.
Seven,
Yeah, it's
seven.
not good. No bueno.
that's probably what it was.
Raised to 15.
No brainer, yes.
So we do have someone on the side there, and what they do is they track the action as it occurs, all the bets and whatnot,
3 players.
making sure the button's in the right position, and it tells them whether or not the reader is seeing the cards. They cannot, however, see the cards on the side there, so they don't know what it is. Somebody can't walk by and see over their shoulder what the cards are. All that information is being back here to the back in the control room. Only I can see it on a 15-minute delay. So just a little look to how the technology works here from Best Bet Live. And just as they were talking about a second ago, we will be having another game tonight, right after this, starting around 7 o'clock. After this game's over, we're going to have to reset everything and get our new players in. We have a 2040 Omaha limit. So it's a limit, 2040 limit Omaha 8 or better with a half kill. Again, that starts at 7.
Yeah, that and they're my doorbells.
Got a list for that, and it does sound like they might have an extra table or two of players. These guys like to play that game when we stream it, so we will not have a problem of having any open seats during the stream tonight, that's for sure. Plenty of people waiting to play that one. 3 players to the flop here. All of them have kings. And somehow, some way, a king comes out. King 9-4, 2 diamonds. Deb flopping 2 pair, kings and nines. Chris is the one that starts the action, betting $30. Mary right behind. She flats. Over to Deb with 2 pair, raises it up. $75. Now, Chris does have the backdoor club draw with top pair shorthanded. I imagine we're going to see a call here. And I imagined incorrectly. She lets it go. Mary also has the king, but with the weakest kicker you can have.
Talking about my dogs, and I got a canine.
And Deb wants to show. Everybody had a king. Very surprised that Chris didn't call in that spot, especially with the backdoor flush draw. It wasn't that much of a raise, but you know, it was a good laydown. Deb flopping 2 pair.
It was suited. That's why I was playing it.
I had king 7. Suited and already in.
I was already in for 5. I'm like, let's see if they give me 3 spades. Wrong.
Mine were 20.
Here we go. Deb picks up ace king in the hijack, facing a $15 raise. And we got a 3-bet, $55. Mary here with pocket 8s out of the small blind. She flats. And Tanya lays it down. Heads up, going to the flop. Little race here, and a king does come out. Kings and trays, 2 pair for Deb, 2 pair for Mary. Mary checks her pocket 8s over to Deb. Bet 75. Puts $100 on top of Deb's bet. And she gets snapped off here. Kings full of trays. Mary checks. Deb bets, and we're going to see Mary's cards go into the muck here, I'd imagine. Although, 2 kings on the board. Maybe she doesn't put Deb on a king. 2 pair might be good, kings and 8s. Put her on an ace, maybe. Deb was the pre-flop 3-better. Maybe she thought she was getting a C, just a C-bet in on the flop to try to take it. But yeah, that's a good laydown, just in case. And she does show. One thing about Deb, she'll show you what she had, and maybe that goes into these ladies making these folds, because they know they're gonna get that information. They're gonna see.
If she would hit a king, you would have got the high hand if we could have taken her.
Yeah. Oh, because the full house was.
No, it's kings with
Right now,
seven.
the
Yeah,
kings
yeah,
with
you
seven.
definitely had.
No, I had kings with 3s.
No, and you had one more card.
Oh, you're saying that the ace came
If
on
an
the
ace or
river?
a king comes on the river,
Oh, you had a bunch of
king or an
I
ace.
thought she said you folded a king.
No, you had a better shot at getting to that 5 than I have had the whole time.
Yeah.
That's what I was like,
To
ooh.
$500.
Yeah, for this particular high hand, you do have to use both cards in the hole to win. $500 every half hour. That goes until 6 o'clock tonight, but it's going to start back up, go from 8 to 11.
Oh, yeah, you could just check your bet a little bit to see the river.
Now on Saturdays, however, high hand's a little different.
Oh, well, that's
They're
true.
giving
Well,
away
that's
$500 if you use both hole cards, but if you only use one, you get $250. That's every 30 minutes, every Saturday this month, from 10 to noon, 2 to 6, and 8 to 1.
So how can y'all see what it is? No offense, but yay. Okay. I'm like
Yeah,
literally
actually,
where
it
I
went
started.
down. I know.
I'm like where I
It's still
started.
up, but
Oh, yeah.
And looks like we're getting a new dealer here.
I haven't done that right now.
Change things up a little bit. Maybe change up the luck for some of these ladies. Take a look at the cumulative winnings thus far. Mary lost a little bit. She's right, but she is still up.
It just changed.
$1,800 since we started the game today. Both Deb and Chris have dug themselves out of the hole. Still plenty of time left to get out of the hole, and the money's out there. The money is on the table. Let's see what these ladies have in store for us here.
We do.
New dealer Brandon sitting down.
oh yeah, I do not study that plot, that kind of thing. But knowing what we knew there, God, I would have loved those things you hit it.
Then she would have got
Players, high hands and resets are confirmed.
Not if she hit the quad with her ace. She had the ace too in the hole.
the king's full race.
That would be like
And on the button, she's picked up some pretty decent hands. Just hasn't hit very many of them. She raises the button here pre-flop, $20. Gets a call out of Deb. Bernadette with a suited ace. She's going to call as well. 3 players to see this flop.
Now players, winner of last segment's high hand will take 10 high straight flush.
Oh, wow. Beat that.
that would be even.
Right, so
45.
15 seconds.
Bernadette still with the heart draw. Going up against Ann's pair of kings, and the heart does not get there. And picking up a little hand here. See if Bernadette wants to do anything on the river. She checks it. And I don't think she's going to, even if Ann bets, I don't think she's going to get anything here. That's 50. Yeah, that'll get Bernadette to fold. And Ann winning a little pot. Turning things around, getting in the right direction.
Now players, behind hand is queens, full of nines.
Okay, we got no box? What happened to your box?
Left it over there. Yep. 11. Thank you. I forgot something.
I know, you supposed to be dropping on the floor?
Yeah. Trust me, I was about to. I would have
So
done
used to just doing.
Oh, yeah. I would have left it there. Raise 10 for body. 12 for 6. 7. You in the price range. Yep, sumo.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Yep. 4 players. Check one. Ten people. Call 5. Raise 75 to 6. 4 blue. Four, 5. Thank you, appreciate it.
Every time she's got 10-9.
Every time it comes out, evidently she got it.
Like, I got it.
Do you have the free sign for the seminar?
No. Show up.
It's here. Do you know Courtney Barr?
At 11 o'clock.
Oh, 11, something here, there's no here. Oh, here?
She's gonna
Like
come
right here in the
tomorrow.
corner.
Yeah, they speak there and everybody, they got the tables already set up.
She's looking for a hotel.
I remember the first time I went to their seminar was 10 years ago in Tunica.
Nothing in Hampton?
When I
I'm not
first
staying
started
there.
playing tournament of any kind, or
I'm staying at my
poker of any
cousin's.
kind.
I usually stay in Hampton and
Raise 20 for 6. 27.
I was supposed to be there about
Fold 8. Call for 1. Call for 4. Raise 1.
Here we go. Mary picking up pocket kings under the gun, raising to $20. That makes the call. Reader's not picking up her hand yet, so I have a little mystery hand. Bernadette is in. Oh, sorry. So
Does anybody want a roommate?
guess I'm behind here. So I guess we had a 3-bet, now a 4-bet by Mary with pocket kings, $250. Chris with a king queen offsuit. Can't feel good facing a 4-bet. Yeah.
Roll from 5.
That's one thing. These ladies have no problem showing what they have.
nice one. We rented a house, but we got all the beds on full. We were doing that.
Well, she can Google it. What? Hospitality, that's it.
Two big ones. Two. Figure out what. Thanks for showing me.
Call 7. The raise.
Still 5?
Yeah. Call for 1. Call for 4. Call for 5.
Everybody flatting here. Very surprised. Bernadette flatting on the button with ace king. Laying in the weeds here. 5 players going to the flop. Ace, 6, deuce. Bernadette flops top pair.
7. Check 1.
Couple straight draws out there. Pair of deuces.
Bet 25 for 4. Get 5.
They check to Bernadette, who likes to bet her button. $25. Might not be enough. I'm sorry. So Chris did fold. Everybody's folding here. Nobody has anything they like.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, I guess this is more of a friendly game, showing these ladies having a good time. Had a couple drinks. Friendly table, showing each other what they have after the hand. I'd imagine when these tournaments start gearing up the next couple days. That's not going to be happening.
They have a really good little buffet thing they do.
Full day.
They got something on Facebook, the itinerary. Oh, that's right, you keep saying.
You can just go online to Google Best Bet tournament. Best Bet tournament September calendar, and it'll pop right up with the calendar.
She don't.
Oh, here I go. Just Google it. Where'd you lose
I
it?
checked ours.
I guess you didn't know. Did you lose it or did you?
Check,
3 hearts on the board.
You lost it?
Ace high.
that 20,
And with pair of 7s.
26.
It's best right. Sorry. I guess with the heart draw, that puts her ahead of the ace here by Chris. That's $20.
That 20. And we're done.
So Mary and Chris both have aces. Very poor kicker. Very poor kickers. And with the straight draw and the flush draw, heart would be good for her, even though she just has the 6. Just calling again. All 3 ladies going to the river. And there's the heart. Locks it up for Ann. Mary leads out. Just betting $20. So that's enough for Ann to call just to see. And we're left with Chris. 2 pair, aces and trays, but no heart to back it up. She open mucks. And Ann gonna take this one down.
That's why
Chipping
I
up again.
20. I'm like, what's going on here? 20, I get out. Yeah. 6. Yeah.
I had
Yeah. I knew a heart was coming. But of course, it gives me the 2 pair heart.
Might be 2-5, might be.
all the events. Is the mega. The chance for the seminar, the chance for the satellite, the chance for the last. I'm needy right now. No, it's okay, I'm needy.
Is what?
There's that lock it up for Mike.
4 o'clock?
That late.
Really? So we have the seminar at 11 and the thing not till 4?
nothing until
It's weird.
1 o'clock is the
What's the,
Warm up.
satellite.
what? 1 o'clock?
1 o'clock.
No, the warm-up's at 1.
Well, 4.
Really? That's weird.
She's like, look, I can read.
Jan,
Thank you. I
isn't
appreciate
it, the warm-up's at 4, even though the seminar's at 11? Is it 4 or 1?
1 o'clock. Well, I'll answer this. Tomorrow, 1 o'clock, we're having a satellite, $65 with $20 rebuys. That's a guaranteed 5-seat packages. Packages are for the 2 tournaments coming up tomorrow and Saturday. The $125 Lips warm-up, which is at 4 p.m., 12,000 starting chips, 20-minute levels. And the other tournament in that package is the $250 No Limit Hold'em Lips Florida State Ladies Championship on Saturday at noon, 20,000 starting chips, 30-minute levels. We're going to have a feature table and final table for the live stream of that on Saturday. Be sure to tune in. So any ladies in the area looking to play some poker, come on down. We've got the seminar and brunch complimentary tomorrow at 11 a.m. Q&A session with Jan Fisher, Linda Johnson. And then we have the satellite at 1 p.m. with the warm-up tournament at 4 p.m. tomorrow. And then the Ladies Championship Saturday at noon. For more information, go to ladiesinternationalpokerseries.com. Or you can check out our tournament calendar, our website, bestbetjacks.com. Chris here with the nut flush. She checks, allows Mary to bet $100. And we are going to see the raise. Mary with the 3rd nut flush makes the call. That Queen of Hearts, just wanted to see.
Just a min bet, min raise, she gonna fall. Profit. Figure it out.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Oh,
Thank you.
yeah, we want to get this.
Okay. So
Regular size.
one seat sitting out. Okay, you have a big one?
That doesn't make any sense. I'm not
Damn, I
till
went
4
and really
o'clock
hit that
tomorrow.
flush.
Man, that's crazy.
We have about 15 minutes
Huh?
I had you before the flush hit. That's what I was like. I had the
Yeah.
jacket. I was like, oh, I was
Yeah,
happy the
but I
flush
mean,
hit, but then
I
I didn't want
fought
our
forward to
tip
the
was
nut
with it.
flush,
Oh,
so I
yeah,
was
no
like, I
kidding.
can't go
No
nowhere.
kidding.
straddle
I should have asked for
on the
the
button.
spade on the turn.
Yep, on the button.
Well,
Button is
6:30, they
C7.
said.
Button 7, small
Registration is open for 598
and
satellite.
big
It's
is
a $1 million WPT main event. It's going to be a 5-seat guarantee for this tournament. It's $590 with $60 fee-buys.
and
You're
go
going to be getting
straddle.
5,000 in chips, 30-minute line levels.
5, call from 6.
Tournament is going to have 5 seats.
Oh, yeah, we had to wait.
Check
Still got like 40 minutes.
from
I was thinking we only had 15.
C7.
No.
Please go to tournament registration and sign up.
Check 5. That's 25 and 6. Call from 7. Fold. And 5.
Heads up action here to the turn. We got sixes versus deuces. And we are turning trip sixes. Mary has trip sixes. He's first to act. Leads out. That's about size of the pot. And that's enough to get Ann to fold.
Yeah. People like, I can't do the satellite.
Thank you.
I can't be here for the
Buttons, number 8.
tournament.
And straddle on the wall.
So are you gonna?
So small blind and 4, big blind and 5.
I can't. Because I can't.
Let me find out if she's gonna buy it.
Oh,
You're
the
gonna buy it?
warmer.
Okay. We got it. Blind,
Is it a
blind,
lip
and
swap?
seat
I'm
number
sorry,
5.
there's a
lip satellite.
Straddle.
Oh, Dan, it's a lip satellite.
Yeah, for the main
Okay.
Saturday.
Dan, I was thinking, okay, so it's a lip satellite. I was thinking it was a satellite for their thing. It's a lip satellite?
Yes.
At one? Oh, I'll play that, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Never mind.
So there are two satellites. One is for
For the Friday,
I know.
Actually starting at seat 1.
it's for both of them.
You can
Yes,
straddle something.
yeah, it's you win the,
and then it's like revised for 20 bucks.
yeah, I think it, yeah, 65 and I
Call
remember
from 1.
seeing that.
Fold 2.
Yeah.
And full 4. Call from 5.
So yeah, that makes sense.
Range 55. Seat number 6. Fold 7. Fold 8. Fold 9. And fold 1 and fold. Button. Button. Seat 1.
Maybe I'm up 30.
And a small big. And fold 5.
Are you in, Bernadette? Yes. Okay,
Thank you.
put you in, but thank you.
Even if you weren't, you were.
Put you in there. But since it's cash, you could have pulled it back, but yeah.
And that's her for you in there.
Call 6. Fold 7. Fold 8.
Better.
Fold 1. Call from 4. Range 20. Seat number 5.
I rubbed them, made them better.
Call from 6. Fold from 4. Okay.
We were able to.
Check 5. Check 25. And 6. Call 5. That's it. At 55 and 5. Call 6.
Players, my hand is aces, full of sevens.
Check 5. Step 85. 6. Call 5. Thank you. Appreciate it. I'll be in seat 4.
Saturday.
I don't mind sharing the look. If I'm gonna share the look, I'll share it. All that.
How many ladies?
We had 80 something, we had 89 or 86 last year.
Always have a good one. Huh? I don't know, we posted
40,
it.
47, 48, 45.
She said we paid her 620.
Now players, if you're registered in our 6 o'clock tournament, cards are now going in the air. Please pick your seats at this time. Once again, players who are registered in our 6 o'clock tournament, please pick your seats at this time.
Just tuning in, thank you for joining us here, Best Bet Live, streaming a 2-5 No Limit Hold'em Ladies Cash game. We've got the Ladies International Poker Series in town this weekend, hosting a few tournaments for them. Joining action here on the river, Mary's sevens are good. She bets $75 and deciding, trying to figure out if she's facing a bluff, if her fours are good. I mean, you got 4 overcards. It's hard to, I don't know. I mean, it's a big pot. There's about $400 here, a little less than $400 before Mary bet the 75. There's definitely some value to be had there. Maybe it's disguised as a value bet. Maybe not. Just trying to work through everything possible here. Don't want to let this pot go. Their pocket fours. And rightfully so. She lays this one down. Mary taking down another pot. Still the big winner thus far today. This 2-5 game. Cumulative winnings thus far. He's up 2,000 since the game started. And everybody else just trying to stay afloat here. As this game starts to wind down a little bit. And when this one's over, we're going to be resetting, and we will have a 2040 limit 8 or better Omaha game. The half kill should start that around 7 o'clock. We'll get that started. Just depends on how quickly we can get things reset and new players in. So be sure to stick around for that. Or tune in again when the stream goes back up.
Well, I guess.
For all of our viewers on Twitch and Facebook, we thank you for watching the game and tuning in for all of our games. Be sure to hit that follow button, like us, and share it for all your friends and family so they can see what we have to offer here at Best Bet Jacksonville.
Dawn, 2-5, Dawn. Jason B, 2-5, Jason B. Jason B for 2-5, Jason B. Last call for Jason B, 2-5.
Got those are the ones that are different.
They got stuck together. Yep.
Wisconsin for 2-5, Wisconsin. And players, once again, if you are registered in our 6 o'clock tournament,
Got a raise here out of Deb under the gun. $15, a 10-9 offsuit. Chris there. Folding. Deb over to Mary on the button with Ace King. Trying to figure out what she wants to bet.
Last call for Wisconsin.
Definitely getting a raise together.
JOB 2-5, table 7.
So she raises to 40, gets Ann and Deb both the call. 3 players to the flop, 9 high board rainbow. Everybody's checking so far. Pair of 9s. Our boss, Ann, though, after everybody checks, decides to get a bet in. King high bets $60. Deb still has top pair. So, yeah, she makes the call. Mary on the button with ace king. That hand shrunk pretty quickly. Definitely should have gotten that C bet in on the flop.
Matt, 2-5, Matt.
Especially with the ace on the river. Oh, man. But Deb's 9s are still best and checks to her.
Matt, last call for 2-5.
Oh, she didn't check.
Sorry.
She had not checked.
Okay. So I thought you
She was counting her chips out.
Okay, well, we'll let her get a bet
I
in.
was like, wait a minute, she's counting her chips.
I knew she had checked, that's why I didn't.
GT 2-5, GT. Table 7.
Nines.
Nice again.
That was a good big side, big split.
She had ace king.
That's why I played 9-10, that's why.
I figured, I said, if I could beat her with her own 9-10, that would be amazing.
I never hit crap with ace king to the river, but what were the odds?
Scott for 2-5, Scott.
Yeah, she caught the nine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was top pair before that ace hit, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
Seven.
I'm like, I can't win with these things.
And then pink ace.
Scott for 2-5, Scott.
This is my
I'm not
20
very
minutes.
sneaky.
This is my 20 minutes. Only not that time.
Full five.
All right, well, I need one.
Yeah, that is the game we are running tonight after this, starting at about 7 o'clock. 2040 limit, Omaha 8 or better. So it's a limit game. with a half kill. Anytime someone scoops a pot over 200, I believe, it will be a half kill. The next hand goes to a 30-60 game.
Check one. Check six. That's 30 and 7. Fold one. Fold six. Probably 80. Thank you, appreciate it. Big one. That is 15.5. Call six, fold 7. Call.
Interesting hand here. All the ladies are interested.
Yeah, I know.
Chris raises to 15 with Jack 4 diamonds. Deb, we got a 3-bet with $80. Mystery hand. Reader's not picking up our cards. See if we can figure it out, though. That 3-bet does work. Scares everybody off. Deb scooping up $50. Just like that.
Larry and 10, lock it up for Scott.
Yeah, me too. Anything happened, I had such horrific problems this whole session.
Fold. Fold 7. 7-15 for me. Call 1. Call 4. Call 5. Call 5.
Yeah, I think she's just saying a fox.
Special skill, check 5. 1500. Fold 1. Call for 4. Fold 5.
And a player's second has been concluded. They were looking for a materially higher price at 8 o'clock.
Heads up.
Checking.
Check 4. That's 50 for me.
Yeah, I got out of line a lot. It is cash. Hey, that's the only way I can win.
I'm so proud of her. Like, I don't even remember what some of these are. I can't even see. They're so little.
Check. 200 for 4.
That's not weird. I said, yeah, I ain't the tech person. I'm like, why are you so little? Turn it sideways. Oh, my bad.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. Buttons are in the floor.
I hit on the river, because you can't remember. I said I had to be there and you hit on the river. No, we're not, because they don't like you doing that. That's why I told you. Actually, I really wasn't watching. I was watching us, looking at us as people, until she was like, oh, you can turn me.
Because she saw how tiny you were.
Like, I can't read it. Actually, I was reading the comments of the other people.
That's what I was looking for.
Fold 1. Fold 4.
Oh, are we going to check down. Oh, we don't even resume till 8. Check, yeah, child. I didn't even look, son.
Thank you.
Over now.
I do recommend, however, if you are playing for the high hand, perhaps being a little more discreet about saying things like that.
We'll be done before it starts.
Putting it in and checking it down are not frowned upon here in regards to trying to win a jackpot.
Raise 15, C1. Call 4. Call 5. Fold 6. Okay. You gotta raise. Okay. Instead of fold an 8. Raise 15 in 1. Call 4. Call 5. Fold 6. And now call in 7. You should have 4 players. Yep, no problem.
You're doing a
I blame him. I already. Nope, that's why I stopped that.
All right, we are caught up with the action here. 4 ladies going to the flop.
4 players. Got the flop out.
9 high, 2 diamonds.
Checking in 7.
Checking so far.
And fold 5.
Dead bets are king 10.
Fold 4.
Not much to call with, actually. So that bet's going to get through.
Fun will be at 6. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
We're going to get accepted.
Raise 15 for 4, fold 5.
Hurricane Angela. These two.
Here we go. So we have Bernadette
Raise 75.
raises to 15 with ace jack. Over to Mary on the button, pocket queens. Ladies for Mary here, 3 bets to $75. Back to Bernadette. Relatively tight ABC poker, and she does. She lays down the ace jack pre-flop here to a 3 bet. But Mary wouldn't have minded seeing a flop. Make a little bit of money there.
I got the 2. That was
But there's less chance somebody hitting an ace
thank you. I appreciate it. Nope, I appreciate it.
when everybody folds pre-flop.
You got straddle on seat number 7. National start. Seat number Nope. Okay. And call. Call 8, call 9. Fold, or 8, call 1. Fold 4, call 5. Raise 75. Seat 6. Fold 7. Fold 8. Fold 8. Fold 1.
I would say no, but you've had all the
but
cards
listen,
today.
I swear to God, y'all go look back.
No,
It's
you've
the
had
same
all
hand.
the
No,
cards today.
Look, I had these on the last hand with you, back to back.
As I said, you've had all the cards
Thank
at
you,
the
I
table
appreciate
today.
it.
No problem.
At least 75%
But
of
that's like, what do I
Straddle
I did the
on
same bit like
seat
last time.
as well.
But any
Yeah,
ace
we could.
blows them up.
I know when I go back and look, I know this shit is going to be terrible. No, guaranteed.
My straddle is on actual starting 1.
Oh, I like it. At least you admit it. That's good. I know, that's why I'm like, I play. I love it.
Oh, no,
You
no,
have
no,
to
no.
play if you're not getting aces and kings. You gotta play well.
I picked 2 hands.
No, I know, I played them too shitty. I deserve what I lost on a couple of them. I
Sorry.
played it on.
Call 5.
Oh, I definitely.
Some of them. That's probably as I played.
But I've got River
Again,
like
purposes only.
Call 7.
And I played behind him.
correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
I freaking hate playing with him.
Exactly.
75 conceding. Call 1.
2519 for Scott, John, Mike J, Don, Jason B, Wisconsin, CWB, and Ray. 2519.
Call 5.
I like golf.
Call 6. Okay, new players. Check for 5. Check for 6. Bet. 115. Please. Call 5. 4 6. Heads up. Nine. Check 5. All in. All in. And a call.
Okay, we got some all in here. All in action.
Okay, frustration call to begin with.
Tanya looking for a club. Going up against Chris's trips.
I'm seriously.
I got 520
As bad.
from CD.
Now 7 outs. Cannot hit the king of clubs or a 7 of clubs.
That's what I'm looking at.
Does not come.
I just thought about that.
Chris just knocking out Tanya here.
We're waiting all day.
There you go. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Under the table.
You know the button.
I did, there's no camera under there, I know for sure.
8 is out.
That is Bull's favorite.
Straddle in 1.
I literally was like, freaking frustration call to begin with, and I was like, oh, okay, nice.
Are you guys gonna wanna take any of these with you? Do you want me to get some boxes and things like that?
I just want a few, yeah, you know what, we can take them to our wine and cheese place.
Box them up and take them
You
to
can
the
box
party.
them all, we'll take them all to the
Like coming
party.
to the party? I wish.
Once again, players 2519 for Scott, John, Mike J,
Yeah,
Don,
cause I got strawberries, but they're plain, no,
second call
no chocolate.
2519.
I have strawberries and grapes at
Call
the
5.
Airbnb.
All right,
That'd
Chris
be
picking up a 7 in the big blind.
Little wine, little strawberries, little
perfect. We got a bunch of them.
champagne.
He just calls the straddle.
Chardonnay and I'm gonna set my cousin off.
Mary
at the
Flats,
end.
Ann with the Jack 9 offsuit raising to $60. I like it.
No, but I drink sweet.
Trying to make something happen with what she's getting. Gets Deb to fold.
Okay. I'm like, I'm a
Action back to Chris with the ace.
I'm a red, red.
In the big blind. She's letting it go.
I'm like, I can't get that sweet Chardonnay.
Mary gets Mary to fold her ace. Nice bet by Ann. Scooping up 30 bucks.
Or white Merlot. I'll go white Merlot and meet somebody in the
I
middle with
did drink that stuff when I was much younger. I did, all that sweet stuff.
No, I drank
like
strawberry milk.
Patrick Garcia Sangria is my drink of choice.
Yeah. It took me
When you're
7
Mexican,
years.
it's your drink of choice.
Look, it took me 7 years to get from the sweet, like Zinfandels, all the way up to the driest calf. 7 years it took me to graduate.
I don't wanna
Graduate,
Last call 2529 for Scott,
well,
John,
I
Mike
wanted to
J,
because,
John,
yeah, for
Jason B,
business,
Wisconsin,
you know, I
CWB, and
wanted
Ray.
to
Final
like
call
do it.
251219.
Anybody want a drink?
Heads up.
Yeah, before we send this.
It literally took me 7 years to get all the way up to the driest calf. 7 years.
Let's put them all in one big box. They're going to say, yeah.
You know? But now, but once you get up there, once you get, then you can't go back. That's the thing, you can't.
Oh, that's like people that go from,
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do that myself when I'm done here. I'm going to.
that's like people that go from Coke to Diet Coke. They can
I
never
know,
go
I
back
can't
to
go
Coke
back.
because it's too sweet.
Exactly.
I never went to Diet Coke. Yes,
I like it.
Call one, raise 16. Call control, raise 15.5. Re-raise 16.
There we go. Big one here. Chris on the button raising 6-5 of diamonds.
Call.
Mary gets the 3-bet in with ace queen and flats with ace king. Back to Chris, the original raiser, with position. Gotta think her hand's live with position, so she does make the call. 3 players going to the flop.
That's 3 players.
Board comes, 2 9s, rainbow. Mary gets the C-bet in, $100. Doesn't look like it's scaring Ann off, and she makes the call. Chris is out of there. Ace king versus ace queen. Turn is the deuce of hearts. Mary, first position, moves all in, putting all the pressure onto Ann, who, if she could see her cards, she's going to put some thought into this, though. But it's all of her chips, and I don't think she can make the call. Lays it down, and this time Mary doesn't show. Doesn't want to show her that she made the wrong laydown.
I swear, it wasn't me. Raise 10 to 5. Fold 6. 25. Correct. Heads up. Check 7, check 5 on the river. Check 7. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, blackjack. Over and over. Wow. Yeah, me too. I'm like,
it's a move free.
it is a move pretty, but after that,
But
yeah.
she wasn't short stack. It wasn't, she didn't have,
Well, but
she didn't have the risk.
when the 2 9s went through, and I called them out, the turn is where she messed up. It wasn't the flop. Because for the flop, it's like, yeah, you want to see where you are, but once I call the flop, then you have to stop. You
Right, right.
The flop was fine. Pre-flop was fine, the flop was fine. It's good player, but,
No, I'm not, no, of course.
yeah. It was,
Fold one. Fold
it
two.
was good.
Call
The
I
try.
five.
think, like, I'll go ahead. Go ahead. Yeah, I'll stay with it.
Open six.
What things that we've been playing through the it's not like you've been doing really much bluff and you had to.
Right,
That's
but
all
you're
I was
thinking,
saying.
oh,
It's
I'm
been pretty
gonna,
good,
yeah.
decent
Yeah.
game. That's to get kamikaze like that.
Check five.
It is.
Check one. Call seven. Bluff one.
Flop action here. Mary betting her ace. It's a call from Chris, looking to hit her straight. And now picks up the flush draw on the turn.
Check five. Check 22.
So Mary betting the ace again and snaps now that she does have that heart draw.
Three players.
Chris is in as well, looking for the straight still. Deuce of diamonds on the river is a blank. Mary's ace is good.
Fold.
I think Chris just checks out of that one. He's not a fan of that river. Mary puts the bet out, and Ann has to fold
20 and
in turn.
6 and fold 7. Yep.
Yeah, and I figured she had an ace, but I was just like, kept it low enough for me to see it. This is our last hand. This is the action hand. Y'all don't get too froggy.
We got a shadow.
Y'all don't get too froggy.
The button, seat one.
50.
Okay. The last hand coming up.
You got our chip counts, madam? You have our chip count. I was so low for so long. I'm like, oh, I'm up 650.
Yeah, like they switch like right
And
after.
fold.
Oh, Lord.
4. Shadow is on.
Let's make it 50.
Raise 50 from 60. Fold 6. Call.
Okay.
Looks like we are coming to the end of this stream, the 2-5 No Limit Hold'em Ladies Cash Game. Big hand here, Chris raising with pocket fives, going to $50, and calls, Deb calls. I see this flop, pocket fives hit for Chris, set of fives. Very interesting, and with the gut shot straight draw, she shoves all in.
And this thing now.
I'm pretty sure Deb got out of the way. So the chip count was a little
No,
off.
but no. I don't ever run it twice. Like in my life.
So it is between Chris and Ann. Set of fives looking good so far, and they hold up.
I thought maybe it was flush.
Chris. And that.
Thank you.
Check out the cumulative winnings for the ladies that are left. Mary up over $2,200. Chris won some. Deb ended up in the positive as well. A couple of these ladies dug their way out of a hole. But indeed, it was Mary, big winner of the day for this game. Again, this was a 2-5 No Limit Hold'em Ladies Cash Game. The Ladies International Poker Series is in town this weekend. That's why they're here. Be sure to come in tomorrow if you're interested. We've got the free seminar and brunch with a Q&A session with Linda Johnson and Jan Fisher. That starts at 11 a.m. 1 p.m. We've got the satellite that's giving away guaranteed 5 packages. That package includes a seat into the $125 No Limit Hold'em Lips warm-up event tomorrow at 4 p.m. Also, the $250 No Limit Hold'em Lips Florida State Ladies Championship is going to be on Saturday at noon. We will have a feature and live final table here on Best Bet Live for that event as well. As far as the broadcast go, we are going to pause things, reset, and we will be bringing you another cash game tonight, 20-40 limit, Omaha 8 or better with a half kill. Until then, my name is Wes. For everybody here at Best Bet, we thank you for tuning in. Thank you for joining us, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Yep.